We love, we love, we love. I guess we're live. What's up, my cannonballs? We're back for another one. Look, on this one, it's gonna be kind of short. But you guys, I have been browsing, well, really just on the web, and I came across a few stories that came. Well, when I read about it, it was it came off to me a little bit scary, and to also be mindful on who you allow to come around you. So basically, I read a little bit of a little story, and it had something to do with an individual where someone, you know, decided to hurt them in a way, cut on them. And I really do feel like, anytime you are in situations like that, you need to be very, very mindful on letting people know where you lay your head at. Because a lot of these people out here, they be on drugs, they be on hard drugs, and you don't know what's on their psyche. And to hear that someone will just, while you laying down in your bed, what's up, Raphael? When someone is laying down, when you land down in your bed and someone decides to cause harm upon you, that's scary as hell. And, and it almost make you feel like maybe you don't need to be hitting nobody up to come to your spot. Maybe you need to just maybe find a few people, talk to them, see where they head at. And then maybe you'll allow them to come over. But I would suggest meet up and around some people in a public setting, because all of this, I want to be private. Sometimes that being private can almost cost you your life, And I really hate that this happened to them individuals, because no one deserves to be attacked in their sleep and then trying to fight this person off of you, and then you got wounds and you're leaking out blood. I know a person that when they was leaving the club, I'm switching up the topic a little bit. But when they was leaving the club, someone was trying to break into their car, and when they confronted this person, they stabbed him in the stomach. And my friend was telling me that he was trying to fight him off, but for some reason, he started to feel like he was weak, but that's because he was losing, he was leaking, he was leaking blood, and he was just coming in and out, trying to fight this person out for him. And it's just like, wow, man, you gotta be careful, And I really hate that did happen to this young man, because don't nobody deserve to be attacked, for some unknown reason. People, they get on here and they only tell us what they want us to know. But I really do feel like it was one of those cases where you may have allowed someone to come over to your crib, and y'all was supposed to do something, but I guess nothing popped off, and all of a sudden someone got pissed and went off on the deep end. you know that's why I'm gonna just tell you like this. I'm very, very particular on who I allow to come around me. Honestly, it's so many people that want to meet me, and I'm not trying to say that I'm not trying to say it to sound cocky, but it is a lot of people that want to meet me, want to be in my company, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of theirs, so they won't be seeing me. And if you do see me, it'll be out in the public somewhere, because I don't know you. I ain't gonna lie, I took a lot of risks. You know, you know, getting out there in the streets. But when you get a little dosage of the other streets and you see how the streets really is, what's up, Dr. Soap? Dr. Soapy. When you get a dosage of how the streets can really be towards you, shoot, it make you not even want to go out there too much no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, you can have your little fun, but just be careful on who you meet, because sometimes people don't have the same intentions as you do. Especially when it comes to your life. I'm so glad that I'm not one of those type of people where I need to be around somebody or beat me up, or really need to be underneath somebody. I can be by myself and be happy. I say, look, that's some of that's honestly, when I'm by myself, a lot of the times that's when I'm happy, a lot more than I am when I'm around people. I'm not saying I'm not saying that I'm not happy when I'm not around people, but I mean when I am around people, but when I just got my space and in my own zone, I be like, I feel like a little kid in the head sometimes. Like, oh my goodness, I ain't gotta be bothered with nobody but myself. Like, for real, I enjoy my me time, man. You just don't know. People just don't know. Sometimes I be just, I just cut everybody off. Not in a bad way, but just, when I need my time, I need my time. But you got individuals out here that I feel like, in my eyes, they may be scared to be alone, and it's nothing scary about being alone. I mean, hell, when you die, you're gonna be alone. So why be all uptight and be, hoping and wishing and praying someone will come along? Look, in due time, God will send whoever is for you, and it may not be tomorrow, may not be next week, may not be next month, it may not be next year, but at the same time, the people that are supposed to be around you and in your corner, they will eventually come around. So don't be on this whole bandwagon like everybody else is, trying to replace someone else new to fill a void because you don't want to be by yourself. Shit, sometimes when you by yourself, you learn a lot you learn a lot about yourself that you didn't know. And that's what I would suggest people to just, hey, get to know you a little bit more than you already know you. Just shit, take some time and just really get in tune with yourself, because when you get in tune with yourself and you know what you want and how you want it, when someone comes around you, you will know what you are willing to accept and what you are really not, and what you are really not to accept. I'm trying to tell you, it's one of the best feelings. I'm going to read some of these comments. He said, nowadays you have to be super careful, because people are crazy out here. Exactly, Raphael. You got to be super careful. And people, I'm not gonna even lie. I took some chances and some risks, because I met some people when I used to, dibble and dab in the streets. Since I am a single man, I have the right. But when I used to dibble and dab in the streets, I had met some people that was kind of a little off. People doing, cocaine, well, really was smoking it and sniffing it, and meth. I remember it was a partner. Well, no, not a partner. It was somebody that I had came across off an app, and I met up with them, and they was smoking crack, and I think this person may have gotten knocked out. He went to sleep. The person went to sleep. And this person, next couple of minutes, talking about this person had a dream, talking about this person had a dream about saying he had done something to me. And I'm like, what? What you mean? You had a dream that you done tried to murk a nigga off? Like, what the hell? Like, for real? I had to get away from around that person, because it's like, I'm trying to, we're cool, but we're that damn cool to the point where you telling me shit like that. Oh no, I gotta go. And then then telling me, having dreams of he done did something to me. Like, oh my goodness, I just like, I can't accept that. You gotta go. Like, I wouldn't dare want to harm somebody, not unless if I have to. But just coming off the dome and saying that you had a dream about hurting me, and putting me in the hospital, like, what the hell? Like, that's why I don't like to really too much to be around people that are on hard drugs like that, because ain't no telling what they would do. And being around somebody that's taking them, that's really doing like meth, oh my goodness, man, them motherfuckers are just geeked up, hot up, jumping all around. I mean, it was unbelievable to me. I mean, I thought I'd see some addicts when I used to when I used to be in the drug house, really at a motel where they used to sell drugs at, and it was people that was coming around there that they looked so normal, but they was just smoking crack. But man, when I seen that other shit that people are hitting out there, it was just a totally different thing. Like, oh my goodness, I thought I knew an addict, but when I seen these other people that was coming around me, that was some addicts, and that's been doing these hard drugs for some years, and they couldn't even sit still for a quick couple of seconds. It's like, it's time to go. It was kind of funny to me at first, because I'm like, these niggas are really on this shit. But at the same time, it wasn't funny because they could easily try to do something to us. But at the same time, I know how to defend myself. So I'd knock your little druggy ass out. You gotta get on with that bullshit. I pick up something and knock your ass out. You'll be coming back sober up real quick. Shit. But yeah, these people out here are something else. I'm not really putting myself out there in these type of predicaments and situations. I ain't got time for that. Who has time to be worrying about if someone's going to try to off you and you ain't even coming in like that, which is crazy. He said, Dr. Sophie said, it's scary for real. It is really scary out here. It's really scary. It's like, that's what I'm trying to, if I ever would, since I'm grown, I can, I'll be on apps, but I don't be trying to meet up with motherfuckers like that. You got to give me some conversation. I see where your head is at, Other than that, I ain't really trying to meet up with you if you ain't talking about something. You know, all this sex shit, sex is so irrelevant to me. I'm not really here for all that. I'm just looking for, maybe like a friendship, and whatever happens after that, it happens. But other than that, all this, I want to sleep around. Nope. Been there, done that, and I ain't trying to go back. But you know what? The ones that are out there doing those type of things, they learn the hard way because people are going they end up eventually showing their true colors when it comes to certain things. Maybe my person may have had a bad day and you may not know that. And shit, they get around you acting all normal, but then again, they can easily do a 360 on your ass and you be either at the hospital or in jail somewhere, because you be hurt. You probably can hurt a motherfucker real quick when it comes to that playing. And I be trying to avoid situations like that because I don't want to, throw my life away because I could have prevented something from happening. Yeah, they'll flip on you real quick. They'll flip on you. That's why I'm not in. That's why I'm not in a rush. I will never ever be in a rush to really want bad company around me because honestly, you can go. I would say you already know how far you are going to go with someone new that you may not know like that. And you can already tell where it's going to already go. Like, are we going to really talk and sit down, or are we just going to be just bullshitting each other? You know what I'm saying? Back and forth, wasting each other's time. And as soon as I notice a sign or I see anything out of the unknown, anything out the way, that shit, it's time for me to just say, hey, this is not going to work out, and I'll see you later on. What's up, El Teddy? How you doing? Good morning. But yeah, I just I really hope this young individual will be cautious about who he let in his house because it is not safe. It is not safe for anybody out there like that. You really need to have you a little strap on you, or have you a knife. Because that's what happened to that young individual. That was just crazy. I don't wish that on upon anybody. Sleep and somebody's trying to stab you. Like, oh my goodness. But thank God, man. Thank God he woke up in time because he would have bled out and died. He would have bled out and died. But you know what? And also another thing too. You also gotta be a little bit careful on the shit that you talk on the shit that you talk because sometimes these motherfuckers, they may know where you stay and where you lay your head at and where you work at. And if they, anytime someone may not be in the liking of you and shit, and they trying to off you, I would advise you to be very, very careful, especially in these small cities, because you will see a lot of the familiar faces out here, and people be like trying to really stalk you. I done had a few stalkers myself, which is why I stay on the low. You won't get me like that, baby. You will not get me. He said they will flip on you. They flip on you. That's for sure, and that's why I don't care. I just watch my he said I'll just watch my porn. my porn, and that's it. Okay, yeah. Hey, sometimes watching a little pornography, and it can be on the safe side than trying to go out there and meet somebody that you don't know, because boy, it'll save you a headache and some charges, and your life. That's why I said sex. Sometimes, really majority of the time, sometimes sex can be irrelevant to me. You said no sleepovers. Get the rag and soap and get out. I can't sleep with a stranger in the house. Oh, I know that's right. I can't sleep even though I did in the past, but now it's a little cautious. Because it's like I don't know you. It was like, what the hell you gonna be doing? Are you gonna be roaming through my stuff while I'm asleep? Like I done had. Look, I'm gonna tell you guys this, because I can't put all my business out here on the internet like this, but you said these people got monkeypox. I stay behind home. Yeah, I'll stay my behind home. Yeah, I know that's right. But yeah, I used to be with people that they'll leave me up in their house, but I think they had cameras sometimes. But after a while, that shit kind of got old because it's like, oh my goodness, these sometimes they may have had a roommate or two, so it's like, I hope these motherfuckers ain't crazy and try to come really up in this room and shit. Try to, try to fight with a nigga because they don't know I'm up in that bitch. But needless to say, everything was all good. Because I done had at the time of my life sometimes just being by myself at these other people's houses. Man, I was at mansions. Oh my goodness. But I can't post that on here. But I was in mansions, I promise you. Living it up. I had a fun ass time. And I still can go back to this day too. Woo-wee. I miss them days, boy. Them days was the best of my, I promise you. When I was in 25, 24, oh my goodness. Oh, they were treating me like a king that I am. I feel like all our brothers out here are kings, not queens. They are kings. You said everybody don't deserve my airspace. I know that's right. They don't. That's why I let them be. They don't deserve me around them at all too much because they be full of shit. Full of shit and full of calm shit. They be full of it. But yeah, you guys, you gotta just be mindful on who you allow to come around you because boy, these folks will act a fool upon you. And then they be expecting you to accept them for who they are. And it's like, yeah, I can accept you for who you are, but I don't want to accept no craziness. That craziness can go out the window. That's for the birds. So we're grown. We should be able to sit down and talk. I don't like getting physical. For one, I don't like my body being hurt and all, really being sore and achy because I done had to, get out for some ass. The last altercation I had got into was maybe in 2018. No. It was farther back, longer than that. I think it was maybe 2012. I believe, it was 2012. That's the last time I had got into a really physical altercation. But I really been getting into arguments, verbal arguments. But other than that, getting physical. Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I had to do that. But just know, I ain't no fool. Yeah, motherfuckers, they think they can just test you because you're small and little. But they fail to realize big things come in small packages. Don't let the size fool you, because I will show my ass, and I won't have any apologies for it. I definitely would show my motherfucking ass. Oh my. That's probably why I'm so mean to this day, because motherfuckers always try to try me sometimes. But just know I got my. You never know. I got my shit with me. Even though I don't walk in fear, I don't really too much carry anything with me, but I do have my shit on me sometimes. Whether it's my 9 or my knife. Just to be on the safe side. On the other side. But yeah, you guys, how are y'all morning going? Because I ain't want too much of nothing. I just had to come on in here and give a little advice for the ones that don't know. That needs to know to be careful out there. And and I had to tell you this too. I had a few people that I used to know when we're not cool anymore now, but they used to love, being around strangers and like people just, they'll get a stranger off the street. And I had to let them know, sometimes it's not really good to do that because they can easily do something, they can easily have an episode with you and come out on the bag on you, and you don't want to do that. Just it's not good. And I had to, quickly get away from around people like that because you bringing somebody that we don't know, off the streets it's really not the way to go. Like I had a girlfriend, she used to do that all the time. Oh, I'm trying to get some money out of them. How are you trying to get some money out of these people when they walk in? If anything, they trying to get some money out of you, and maybe some other things too. You crazy. Like, I cannot be around people with individuals like that. Like, you ain't even being mindful of yourself, let alone your life. And you want to go out there and try to pick up every time they can hear it just because you want to try to get a trick. Shit, you crazy. It's like you asking for someone to hurt you. And I hope this individual is okay to this day because I ain't heard from her in a few years. We're not really say. I would say a few months. I ain't heard from this person in a few months. I hope she all right. I ain't seen her. I can get on Facebook. Facebook is like the news to me because when you stay in small cities, you kind of can hear about a lot of people's business. I promise you, man. I ain't seen her picture on the wall, missing persons. Because boy, it seems like every day, it's like every time you wake up, somebody either missing or dead or in jail. Ooh, this water's so good. Oh, I need some more coffee though. But I haven't had my cup of morning, Joe. I'm doing good. Well, you guys, I guess it's time for me to get up on out of here. And You guys enjoy the rest of y'all day and be cool. And we will talk later. We will talk later on. And thank you everybody for coming through. And I will see you later. See you guys later on. Peace, you guys. I'm out. You have a good day too, Teddy.